So now we're going to Ed Couchman of Snapchat, which you've been waiting for, which you've all been waiting for. And he's going to be talking about Snapchat, what's new, an exclusive look at the best Snapchat campaigns of 2020. So thank you so much, Ed, and over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for bearing with me as we went to live. It's lovely to be back, and I'm thrilled that Social Day asked me back. And congratulations to everyone at Social Day and the team for getting this event and making sure it happens. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic few days together. So many great speakers, so much great content, and so many great things to be able to talk about, not just from a Snap perspective, but the whole industry feels alive and so vibrant. What a time to be alive in 2020, dealing with all the challenges that we have to deal with. So my name's Ed Couchman, and I'm the General Manager for Snapchat here in the UK. As Lucy mentioned, we're going to give you a whirlwind tour of what's been happening at Snap and some of the exciting things and products that we've been working on. We don't believe at Snap that we should keep our roadmap a secret. That's because it's going to be so audacious in vision, but yet so striking in simplicity that it may look obvious, it may even look impossible, but we're all about being open and transparent and sharing that with some of the fantastic partners and all of you today at Social Day. It's fair to say that we've been pretty busy here at Snap, and we've got many exciting things that we want to talk about, but essentially I think they can be broadly set across three key themes or three key pillars. The first of which is building platforms. The second is around how we've been embracing our principles. And the third really is all about bridging the physical and the digital world to create just one world. So, sound good, hopefully? So let's dive right in. I think it's fair to say that we find ourselves in a really challenging, unique time. And amidst all of these challenges we face, we all share a desire to uplift our local communities and our global communities.
It's day number 3,462 in quarantine.
We are having a really hard time.
Quarantine without Sylvia.
Morning.
I can't even imagine it.
My little sister, she's an ITU nurse.
I'm by myself and I can't visit my loved ones.
I'm making our favorite dish.
Ich glaube auch, dass wenn ich Jasmina nicht hätte, nicht so positiv.
We're like, I'm feeling moody today, so let's dance.
I'm always working, always doing something. All of a sudden, that's just...
When I heard the news that another Black person was killed unjustly by law enforcement, I
felt a wave of emotions. I felt
hurt, shocked,
Numb, angry, because I could be next.
That could have been my father. That could have been my friend.
We are tired. We're tired.
Systematic racism is a virus in itself. There are a lot of people out here risking their lives on the front lines, protesting, advocating for change.
Me and Trell, when I was out protesting, he was making sure I was safe.
as a Black person.
As a young person, it is my job to demand justice.
I have hope that our world won't be like this forever.
Sarà semplice ritornare all'abitudine che avevamo prima.
We are the generation that use our voices, and we are very proud of our voices.
These are our lives we are protesting for.
Let's keep making noise, because we're making a change.
So you've just heard the voices of some of our Snapchat community and some of the members of the Snapchat generation. who have been sharing their experiences of life during lockdown and dealing with the pandemic, and then also dealing with many of the social and racial injustices we've been seeing across 2020 and as they've come alive. All those folks are willing to share and talk to you. And it's really one of the important things we want to do is really talk about one of the key products that we've been working on sort of behind the scenes, and you might have already read a little bit about this, and that's something that we're calling Here For You. Here For You is a feature that gives relevant and timely information when Snapchatters are looking for information around maybe anxiety or depression, that we can get factual, credible information to them when they need it. And we've been working with a range of partners to ensure that we have the latest and best information and help to the Snapchat generation. And here in the UK, we've been working with many of the organisations that you might be familiar with, like Samaritans or Young Minds. Since we last spoke last year, the Snapchat generation has been getting bigger and bigger than ever before. And our community, as it stands today, is 229 million active daily users from the first quarter of this year. And in terms of accessibility, we launched a new, clearer way to navigate services, and we're calling it a new action bar that allows for even more growth and future innovation for us. So essentially, we've made it much easier for Snapchatters to navigate themselves around the app. Key to Snap, of course, is the fact that it opens to the camera. Cameras have always been very powerful tools, giving people the ability to capture and document very special moments. What we're seeing though is they're becoming faster and smarter ways of unlocking new information from the world around you and displaying content. And through augmented reality specifically, the camera gives us a way to render digital experiences in the most natural of ways and gives us a kind of view directly onto the world around us. We're seeing over 170 million Snapchatters use augmented reality every single day, up to around 30 times a day. So augmented reality isn't something that's happening in the future. It's actually happening right here, right now in the world we live at today. This time last year, I was telling you about landmarker lenses, and I'm really pleased to say that we've launched 25 new landmarkers around the world. And we've also been working hard on some new templates to allow the creator community to really build new, exciting templates, including a 3D face mesh and sort of skeletal tracking. We launched a material editor, which is a powerful visual programming tool for making completely custom 3D effects. Creators have already made some unbelievable new experiences. What you're seeing on screen now is this brilliant liquid metal face mask. I mentioned that we introduced AR to some of our favorite places last year. This year, we're actually taking it a step further by enabling a shared and persistent augmented reality into much larger areas, not just one building, but around whole streets and blocks. I'm really thrilled to say that many of these innovations are being built from London, and our lead engineer in London, Couchman, is just going to talk you through some of the big developments that you can see and actually experience yourselves next time you're in Carnaby Street. So I'm going to play the video from Key.
Hi, Couchman here, computer vision engineer. My team at Snap works to help make our camera smarter so it can better understand the world around us. Last year, we introduced landmarkers, which enabled the Snapchat camera to understand individual buildings and allowed lenses to interact with some of the world's greatest landmarks. Now, we've continued to evolve the technology to understand and augment larger areas, unlocking exciting new capabilities. Using various sources of data, 360-degree images, and community snaps, we're able to build up a digital representation of the physical world, a point cloud representing the geometry of the surfaces around us. Combining this with 3D reconstruction, machine learning, and distributed cloud compute, we're able to map whole city blocks. Meet local lenses. Now, Snapchatters can join a persistent shared AR world built right on top of the physical one. You and your friends can step into these worlds together, collaborating creatively and experiencing a whole new dimension of AR. As our team continues to build these new worlds, we hope you enjoy experiencing the power of them.
So we know augmented reality is a lot of fun on your own, but it's even better when you are ability to do it with your best mates out in the real world. So from finding a fun lens that perfectly expresses your mood, to figuring out what song is playing, identifying a product, or even learning how to solve a math problem, our camera is starting to point out to help our users express themselves, navigate the world around them, and explore the world around them as well. And we've got a number of new initiatives that we've been working on to kind of take this even further. Planet Snap has developed the ability to identify around 90% of all known plants and trees, with more than 600,000 types in their database. So when you see a plant out when you're walking in the park, or you think might look great in your living room, you can use our camera to learn the name, its origin, and even how to take care of it. So if you're a bit like me and don't actually have very green fingers, it's a really great way to be able to scan right at your fingertips to learn about all the flora and fauna around you in the world. We've also been working with Dog Scanner, which can help identify almost 400 breeds for when you need to know that exact name of the puppy that's cute walking by, or the unusual breed that you just can't place. It also, interestingly, works on people too, so you can maybe figure out what dog you most resemble. They're both available in the Snapchat camera, and there's many more of these partnerships on their way in the coming months. And when you're on a health kick, which I am, let's face it, I have put on a little bit of lockdown weight. So what better time to be able to scan the nutrition information of products for just using a barcode. And this is being powered by Yuka, which enables you to see what the ingredients are within any product. So you can then decide whether actually that's the right health kick that you want to be on. Now, when someone scans images associated with maybe an existing marker lens that you might have, will automatically surface it without requiring a code. It essentially makes it so much easier for people to find out what you've made when they're scanning the world around them. For example, Two Face Cosmetics connected their virtual try-on lens featuring the Born the Way eyeshadow palette to the barcode placed on their packaging. So now when people scan their eyeshadows, they're connected to a step-by-step tutorial on how to apply the particular color or the particular shade to their palettes. Scan is a new way to point at something and ask a question about it. While Scan today helps you learn more about what you're seeing in front of you, we think Scan tomorrow will help you get results based on actually what you're saying. So almost like a voice activated. Thanks to our partnership with SoundHog, say hello to Voice Scan. When you're looking for just the right lens, you can say things like,
"Hey Snapchat, make my hair pink."
Yeah, so if you're like Carolina and want to turn your hair pink, you can do that from just saying it. And essentially it's the ultra virtual makeover, which is really pretty cool. I wasn't brave enough to turn my hair pink. So whether you're out and about or watching from home, the new action bar also makes it easier to navigate and access and content in Discover, which is the premium content on Snap. We saw this firsthand when our partners began making content that was truly native to limitations, a smaller screen and vertical frame, we found its opportunity for innovation and really pushing the boundaries of creativity. So together, we've pioneered new forms of mobile storytelling, turning Discover into a one-of-a-kind destination for hundreds of millions of Snapchatters every single day. Now, in a moment that has brought us new constraints, our partners have showed even more agility and optimism and imagination to create even better content. Nothing sums this up more than Wheel from Home, which was running during the most stringent times of the lockdown. And essentially his ability to quickly adapt to remote production skills, launched a whole new series, which actually had more than 35 million Snapchatters watching it every single episode. We've also partnered with creators like Alicia Keys on shows to help students and encourage students to keep on reading while they've been outside of their classroom. Our aim is to be the best platform partner for media companies and storytellers to develop compelling, thought-provoking content to reach our unique community and really build strong businesses. And we're making tremendous progress. In the last year, time spent watching Discover content has grown by over 35%. And in the first quarter of this year, time spent watching shows on Snapchat has also doubled. We have over 350 partners across 15 countries that have all helped us some of those engagement metrics increase. We have over 60 of our shows being watched by more than 10 million viewers. So total daily time spent watching shows has more than doubled compared to early 2019. We've also been, one of our longest standing partners, Hearst, has now reached audience figures over 50 million Snapchatters on average each month watching some of their content. Closer to home here in the UK, we've been working with Channel 4 to launch more content like Celebs Go Dating. Over in France, Le Figaro and Rotona as well, all of which are now reaching 10 million Snapchatters every single month. While Discover continues to grow, our approach remains the same, that we are a curated platform. We embrace editorial selectivity. We believe that the best way to serve our community is by working with a select set of partners who share our passion for creating mobile content in new ways. This really manifested itself really well during the early stages of the pandemic, and we knew how important it was to get factual, credible information around the virus, how to protect yourself and how to keep yourself safe. So we worked to onboard a whole number of new partners really quickly to make sure we got that factually correct information to Snapchatters. In total, we've had over 80 million members of our community view coronavirus coverage on Snapchat, and 125 million were watching news stories on Snap. Next up, I want to talk to you about a new development called Happening Now. Earlier this year, we began to roll out Happening Now, which is a dedicated news product offering Snapchatters one of the fastest ways to find out what's going on in the world around them, up to the minute, any single time of the day. Happening Now is currently available to everyone in the US, and we're working really hard to roll that out up here in the UK and right across the globe in the coming months. We work with incredible partners like the Washington Post or ESPN or BuzzFeed to turn updates on the biggest stories into very single-size snaps, creating a new format designed for the fastest and frequent way Snapchatters like to consume news on their mobile phones. And we're really proud to announce that Happening Now is available to everyone in the US, and we'll be rolling it out, as I mentioned, very shortly to the rest of the world. So while Happening Now is a new way for our community to stay informed, we're also inventing new ways for them to be entertained, of course. We've always led the way in augmented reality and believe in a future where we don't just watch stories, we actually live them as well, where our living room is the stage and we've all kind of taken part and written the script.
6ix9ine's story is probably one of the greatest ever told.
I'm trying to show them how beautiful this world is. It's worth living in.
People need to laugh. People need that kind of joy.
Speak truth to power. Never back down. Keep rising.
There will be people that are going to try to knock you down, but just get back up and be you.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Are y'all ready?
This is one of my favorites.
Be bold, be beautiful, be you.
So you've just seen a really great sizzle reel of some of the content that we commissioned directly, what we call Snap Originals. One of my favorites is Dead of Night. And what we found was that over 70% of people who completed Dead of Night, which is a zombie thriller, for those of you that haven't watched it, completed all the episodes within 48 hours of starting it. And I'm really pleased that we're actually, Dead of Night will be returning for a new season later this year. Last year, we introduced Snap Games, which is a new way to play games on your mobile phone. With our platform, it's never been easier for developers to make games for friends right around the world. By putting games right in the heart of Snapchat and weaving in communication into the core game experience, we've created a place where Snapchatters feel like they're hanging out with their mates side by side, playing games at the same time, even when they can't be physically together. And now, more than ever before, friends are seeking experiences just like this in new creative ways. In just 1 year, more than 100 million Snapchatters have played our games. But it's not just the numbers of players that really excites us, it's the level at which they're using Snap Games to engage with their friends. So for example, in our very own title, Bitmoji Party, which I'm hoping many of you have played, where friends compete in quick 30-second sort of mini games. An average of 20 minutes are played per player every single day. Or take our Chef Go from MojiWorks. Friends are frantically running a restaurant or kitchen together. What we see is when their friends are joined, Snapchat on average play twice as long as solo players. This kind of early insight tells us that our community has a real appetite to play games with their friends. We've got an exciting new slate of games that are coming up, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what to expect over the coming weeks and months. So Snap Game uses the power of HTML5 web technology to fundamentally change the way we play games on our phones. With Snap Games, we simply bring games to where you are, where your friends are, basically in Snapchat, where conversations are taking place every single day. But we believe that the foundation we built on can be used for so much more. And we've unveiled a brand new product built on those same core principles and technologies as Snap Games. We're calling them Snap Minis. So we thought the best way to kick this off would be decided to build a mini of our own. And we called it Let's Do It. So Let's Do It is, or hopes to solve this problem, which is a kind of ultimate antidote to kind of decision paralysis, where you're with your friends and you can't decide what to watch or do next. And so the way to do this is by using Let's Do It. And essentially it will help you plan your next move, essentially. What's that film that you really desperately wanted to watch? We've also been working really hard with Atom Tickets. For those of you that don't know Atom Tickets, they're reinventing the cinema movie-going process with their own mini, making it much easier than ever before for friends to plan a night out at the cinema. So if you think about it just for a second, the traditional movie-going practice is pretty complicated in many ways, between sort of watching trailers, choosing the movie, where you want to sit together, and then trying to figure out how to split the cost between your 3 or 4 friends who you've gone to watch the film with. And to do that, really had to switch between a whole bunch of different apps and maybe messaging and backwards and forwards, essentially. So what Atom Mini is, brings that whole process together right in one place. So you can stream the latest movie trailer, share that with your friends and your best mates, choose a showtime at your favorite local cinema, and then select the best seats together and pay for the tickets for that show, all in one seamless experience. And finally, building on our close relationship with Headspace, we're launching a Headspace Mini. So that has the ability to kick back, maybe take a quick meditation, or check in with your friends by snapping them how they feel, and maybe suggesting them they might want to do a meditation as well. So I know that has been a real whirlwind tour of some of the announcements we made earlier this year at the Snap Partner Summit. Thank you for listening. What I would end by saying is how excited we are to work with many of you that are joining today to help us build some of these products into really exciting things for our Snapchat community. Because of course, without you, none of this really becomes a reality. So back to the team to see if there are any questions that I can answer immediately for you. And of course, thanks for listening.
Oh, hi. Hey, Ed, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Fantastic session. I know that we're not going to be taking questions today. However, if I think we had a message saying that we're not going to take questions today. Is that right?
Okay, I've had something pop up on my app, so that sounds about right to me. But I will, if anyone wants to reach out, we've obviously got the app and my details are in there, and I'll do my level best to get back to everyone. And of course, they can find me on LinkedIn if they want to follow up with anything specific. So please do get in touch. I'm here to help in any way I possibly can.
Thank you very much. We do have some really fantastic and positive vibes around your talk as well, Ed. People have really loved it, and there's been lots of talk of people saying that they hadn't been using the platform for a while, but they're definitely going to go back and check it out now and use some of the features for their brands or agencies as well. So
That's great to hear. So thank you. I'm glad I managed to give a thought-provoking presentation. I might say, well, I want to open Snap and give it a go. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Ed. We will catch up with you again soon. And thanks for being part of it. That was very awesome.
Thanks for having me again. Good luck with the rest of the days.
Thank you so much, Ed. Take care. See you soon.